The fourth team management system help video focuses on team managers and captains. I'm going to take the opportunity at this point to mention several things about logging in. Team managers and captains will inevitably be members of the club, and therefore they will have two logins, one for a member, one for an administrator. In order to simplify this, I've made it so that they will in fact use the same username, and the password will be the same, except that for the admin login it will be prefixed with the characters admin in front of the member's password. To demonstrate this, I'm going to log in as Clark, who is captain of the veterans. So you can see that Anthony Clark has logged in as a member, and if we log out and now click the admin link, you can see that we've got the same username, but we've got a longer password, which is actually the same password but prefixed with admin. And if we click login, then we can see that he's now logged in as a team captain. Another thing to mention with the logins is that they use a cookie file which is stored on the user's computer, which saves a lot of time in having to type in the username and password. So we've actually got different cookies being saved for the member login to the admin login. Okay, so we're now going to log in as a team captain. So Anthony Clark logs in, and as a team captain or manager, when you log in, you get a very limited menu at the top. Help goes to a list of help videos, home is the home page, and exit will take you back out of the site and obviously log out. Now the default homepage screen lists the fixtures in black text, and in green text past fixtures, i.e. results, for that particular captain or manager. Now if that person was involved with more than one team, then the fixtures listed here would include the 2 or 3 teams that that person was involved with. In most cases it will probably just be one team. This list is in date order with the latest fixtures, future fixtures at the top, and the oldest past fixtures at the bottom. If there were more than I forget whether it's 25 or 50, but if there are more than, say, 50 records listed here, then it would be paged and a link would come up that would allow you to click to the next batch. Over on the right hand side we have a number of icons that give useful feedback, and if you hover the mouse over any particular icon you will get a tool tip that comes up. So the first icon is for alerts. So if I hover over the grey alert icon, it says no alerts. If I hover over where it's flashing, it says action required. The next icon, if it is in colour, indicates that the team has been fully selected. The next one indicates whether the fixture has been locked, and that will happen 2 days before the fixture, and that means that players, members will not be able to change their availability. And the next icon indicates whether a match report has been published. And then finally the last icon goes to the update form for that particular fixture. So let's kick off by looking at alerts. So if I click on the update form where their alert is showing, the alert in question will appear at the top of the form, and I'll be able to see what the alert is about. So in this particular case, there is still one player still to confirm their availability. And if I scroll down to the team, I can see that all players except Douglas Clegg have confirmed their availability. Now, what's driving this particular field here is the members logging in and confirming or unconfirming their availability, and when they do that, the captain and manager will get an email notifying of that. But the captain or manager can also log in here, and if he knows that that particular player is actually available, then he can actually change the availability status there. And anything that is changed in this particular row here, to actually physically change it, you click the update button. And now I'm brought back here, and that availability has changed and the alert has gone. So if we now go back, we'll see that there is no alert for that particular fixture. What I'm going to do next then is look in detail at the key form that managers and captains will use to update fixtures on a regular basis. So let's look at this particular fixture here. And if we look at this form, as I say, any alerts will appear in this grey bar in red text, should there be any. The first section here, main details. Managers and captains typically don't have to worry about this, because this will have been filled in and created in advance when setting up the fixture list by the team management system administrator. But it's worth just going through these fields here. So we've got the date of the fixture, we've got the start time, we've got whether the fixture's home or away, we've got the team, we've got whether it's a friendly, a league or a cup. If it is a league or a cup, then the next lookup field is changed automatically using something called Ajax, and we have a list of leagues and the appropriate league has been selected there. The opponent has been selected and the venue. And you may think, well, why have we got an opponent and a venue and a course? Well, the answer is that an opponent may have more than one venue which they play at, and the opponent's name may be different to the actual course they play at, and likewise a venue may have more than one course. So this quite nicely identifies under sort of any scenario what the situation is, and also the start T for or it may be unknown or shotgun, or it may be 2 T's for the fixture. As I say, that will typically already be filled in, but managers and captains will be able to change that if necessary. This typically at the start, if it's an advanced fixture, will be empty, so the captain will need to come in here and say, well, what scoring method is it? Stroke play, match play or Stableford? Are the players playing in singles or 4-ball pairs or foursomes? The manager for the particular fixture and the captain for the particular fixture. Now, when the team manager's administrator logs in, he will be able to set up managers and captains for individual teams, and it may well be that there's more than one person that can act as manager and more than one person that can act as captain for a particular team. Whatever that situation is, that will be reflected in these lookup fields here. Okay, so those need to be set up correctly. You could also have the manager and the captain as the same person. The number of players for the team from that lookup list here, and then typed into here any arrangements for this particular fixture, which would typically be what time to meet at the club. Okay, so that section of further details, once that's filled in, you would click the submit button and that would change the details. Once the fixture has actually been played, you'd come back to this form and you typically paste in from, say, something like Word, your match report. And this is quite a powerful field here with some icons at the top. And if you were going to paste in your match report from Word, you'd actually select paste from Word icon, and then you paste your match report into here, click OK, and that would put the text into this field. You then click submit to update the record. Now the reason for doing that is that typically if you were to paste straight into here from Word, it would not only paste in the text, it would paste in a load of tags, formatting tags, etc., which would distort the way the text appeared. Using this method here, it actually purges the text that you're pasting in from Word and other programs and takes those tags out. Okay. Right, now we come down to the heart of the system. What we've got here is the ability to select players and change their availability, who they're paired with, and their results. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to remove a player, and you can see that a message has come up to say that one player still needs to be selected. You'll find in here that it's programmed to check everything and try and avoid users making a mistake, and if something isn't right, a message will pop up. So because we have up here said there are 8 players, it's possible to throw up a message to say we've got to select another player. Now to select players, you simply go up to this lookup field here and you select from the squad a player to play. Now this lookup field is quite advanced in the sense that if we had no players selected, it would list all the available players in the squad. If a particular member had indicated they were not available for this fixture, then they wouldn't appear in the list. So the manager knows that by selecting somebody from here, they are supposed to be available and they are actually registered in the squad. Also, this list here is dynamic, so it will not display somebody who's already selected here. And this again speeds up the process of selecting the team. So I'm going to select another player and click add. That player has now been added to the list and we can see that that message notifying us we need an extra player has gone. So that's how we add and remove players to the team. And one point to mention is that when a player is added or removed, then an email automatically gets sent to that player notifying them that they've been added or removed. Okay, the next thing then to look at is once we've selected a player, we can update their availability for them, and if we want to do this, we would simply select confirmed, click update, and that has updated that player's availability. Another option we have got is, we notice here that the match is 4-ball pairs, so we need to pair off players. So the captain can come in here and say, right, I want Anthony Clark to play with Brian Dyer. Click update. Now that has updated Anthony Clark's paired with record, but it's also updated Brian Dyer's at the same time. So I can now say, right, I want Douglas Clegg to play with Brian Dunn, and I update that one, and we notice that Brian Dunn's record has also been updated. Now I can carry on like this, so I can say David Brown with Andrew Ellis, etc., and Keith Elvin with Hugh Wyborn. So I've actually selected there who's playing with who, and once the match has been played, I can update the results of any individuals, and so if I update Hugh here, I'll say that he won. Okay, because Hugh is playing with Keith, when I change the result for Hugh, I also automatically the result for Keith is changed. And when the results have been put in, the result of the match and the score is automatically updated here. Okay, we've also got the facility to select a number of substitutes in the same way that we select players. One point to note here is that if you wanted to make a substitute, put the substitute into the team, then you first of all need to remove the substitute, and then you can add them up here into the team. Okay, so that is a look at how managers and captains can update the selection of a team, availability, the pairings, the results, and put a match report in, and update the further details about the fixture. One other point on the match report is that the system settings determine that the match report must be over a certain amount of characters for it to appear in the headlines area of the members news headlines. So if it's a very short match report, then it won't appear in the headlines. So if we go back to the home page, and that then is an overview of how team managers and captains will manage their team.